Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 186.3. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released August 12th, 2015, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Americatown number 1. After an economic collapse, Americans are illegally emigrating to other countries to find work, creating Americatowns wherever they go. Owen has a difficult time trying to sneak back into Buenos Aires and Argentina to rejoin his family. His struggle is just a small part of the hardships and conflicting agendas in an immigrant community trying to build itself in the shadow of a once great nation. Next, we have Arcadia number 4. Corey, Sam, and Lee Garner are locked up in prison, while in the real world, Valentine experiments with extracting an Arcadian and uploading them to the brain of a live mouse with horrifying results. We've also got Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return number 6 of 6, final issue. Bill and Ted face off against Chuck Denomalos in the future he controls for an epic battle of the bands to save the future of mankind. Features a backup story by Brian Jonas and Bakken about Princess Elizabeth and Joanna going medieval on some troublesome rocker chicks from the future. Next, we have Bravest Warriors number 35, penultimate issue. It's the Bravest Warriors' biggest adventure yet, and it'll take all of them working together to make it through this one. Next, we have Clarence number 3. Clarence, Sumo, and Jeff start a lemonade stand in order to get money for a trip to the arcade, but they can't make up their minds on what lemonade actually is. Next, we have Lantern City number 4 of 12. When Sandler discovers that his family is missing, Lizzle informs him that they might be in the underground, a dangerous city hidden in the subterranean caverns beneath Lantern City proper. And we have Sleepy Hollow Providence number 1 of 4. Based on the Fox TV series, Jenny returns to Sleepy Hollow with an ancient artifact she discovered in tow, the Eye of Providence. It supposedly gives its possessor psychic power, but when it does nothing for her, she hands it off to Ichabod and Abby to investigate. But the Eye attracts a demonic bike gang called the Wild Hunt, and they're cutting down anyone who gets in the way of obtaining it. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Abe Sapien number 25. A small Florida town manages a strange kind of survival in the shadow of a giant monster where Abe finds secrets about his origins and a role in the end of the world. Next, we have Adam.3 number 1 of 5. Award-winning writer-artist Scott Collins premieres his first original comic book creation, Adam.3. A man born into a futuristic island utopia fights to save his troubled family as terrifying visions of a monstrous doom foretell the end of his Eden. Can Adam and his family survive Seeds? We've also got Eltingville Club number 2 of 2. This is it, the final meeting of the Eltingville comic book, science fiction, horror, fantasy, and role-playing club. 10 years after the club's breakup, Bill, Josh, Pete, and Jerry unexpectedly reunite at the San Diego Comic-Con. Can the biggest fan event of the year survive a decade of pent-up nerd rage? Next, we have Harrow County number 4. Kept prisoner by a monster of her own creation, Emmy is forced to confront the truth about the evil witch of Harrow County and the power she wields. We've also got King Tiger number 1 of 4. Blood, death, and fire, the darkest kind of magic. A monstrous secret from King Tiger's past has found the mystic warrior, but can Tiger's skills in sorcery triumph against an unthinkable supernatural obscenity linked to his own destiny? If the tiger falls, the dragon will rise. And we've got Rebels number 5. The young Seth Abbott embarks on the defining mission of his career as soldier and patriot. He must organize the transport of 60 tons of cannon overland from upstate New York south to Boston. From Dynamite Entertainment, we have Justice Inc The Avenger number 3. The secret of the invisible death is revealed, but not before it claims one of Benson's own teammates in a tragedy that will tear Justice Inc asunder. To his horror, the Avenger realizes he may not be New York's only master of disguise. Next, we have King Mandrake the Magician number 3 of 4. Impossible Dungeons. The world's leaders are bowing to the evil oppression of the Great Cobra. Can Mandrake and his witch companion Karma perform a great escape from their magical prison to mount a rebellion, or will Earth fall even further into chaos? We've also got Masks 2 number 5 of 8. The Red Death has sprung a dangerous trap, scattering our masked heroes through time. From the prehistoric era to the post-apocalyptic future, the Shadow, Green Hornet, Peter Cannon, Miss Fury, and others face dinosaurs, murderous masqueraders, and mutants. Along the way, they uncover the terrible truth about the Red Death. Next, we have Swords of Sorrow number 4 of 6. The wildest Dynamite crossover epic ever told continues as whole cities are smashed together in a prelude to the interdimensional war. It's Martians versus monsters versus barbarians and more, with the women of chaos on the wrong side of good versus evil. We've also got Uncanny Season 2, number 5 of 6. Weaver and Maggie home in on the source of their mysterious powers, but Deacon Styles and the shadowy cadre are hot on their heels. The final battle begins. And we've got Vampirella Army of Darkness, number 2 of 4. It's on. Boomstick versus Fangs. The battle you've always wanted to see between Ash and Vampirella, sort of. Make that Ash and a monstrously transformed Vampy as they tear through the medieval castle. Hilarious slapstick action and chills aplenty from Mark Rayner and Jethro Morales. From IDW Publishing, we've got Boy 1, number 1 of 4. In the fast-approaching future, when the drug-addled heir of a genetic engineering company begins to investigate his company's murky past, he discovers he's the catalyst in a terrifying global event that will transform him and forever alter the course of human evolution. Next, we have Empire Uprising, number 4. War has been declared on the Empire, but how does the enemy know exactly where to strike and when? We've also got Garbage Pail Kids Go Hollywood, number 1, one-shot. Everyone's a critic. Join the Garbage Pail Kids as they put the spotlight on summer's top-grossing movies. Next, we have Orphan Black, number 5. Rachel is ruthless corporate efficiency personified. She's a clone raised self-aware of her genetic identity, occupying an elite position with the Dyad group of companies. We've also got Popeye Classics, number 37. You'll love the search for Spinach Icebox, and you'll also love the OG Wozniak comic Amateur Inventor and the story The Big Sting. Get the fun comic for adult kids and little kids alike, you swab. Arf, arf. Next, we have Shrinking Man, number 2 of 4. Richard Matheson's classic tale of horror continues as Scott continues to shrink, leaving him easy prey for predators of the human and arachnid variety. We've also got Star Trek Green Lantern, number 2 of 6. The comics crossover event of 2015 continues here. Hal Jordan meets Captain Kirk and the crew of the Enterprise for the first time as 6 lantern rings choose new bearers. But which Trek characters and which alien races will be selected? Iconic franchises collide for the first time in this all-new galaxy-spanning epic. Next, we have String Divers, number 1 of 5. Meet the String Divers, a renegade team called upon to save the universe from arcane threats at the sub-microscopic level. String theory made real and real thrilling in Unified Chaos Theory, Part 1. We've also got Uncle Scrooge, number 5. The Grand Canyon Conquest wraps this month with a pulse-pounding cliffside showdown between Scrooge and schemers. And we've got X-Files Season 11, number 1. Mulder has become a fugitive from a government that considers him a secret stealer on the order of Julian Assange and Edward Snowden, thanks to the machinations of glasses-wearing man. It's up to Scully and what allies Mulder has left to work to clear his name and keep the government itself from falling further into the villain's clutches. From Image Comics, we've got Apollo 9, number 1. From the pages of Ninth Generation, Apollo 9 is a ruthless scientist who uses his beauty in order to get his work done for him. Eros and Psyche are 2 of his brightest protégés, but will they live to see their contributions to Apollo 9's latest experiments come to life? Next, we have Artemis IX one-shot. Still reeling from Hades IX's surprise explosion in his city of New Cyprus, Artemis IX tries to put things back to normal, only to discover that one of his own cyborgs is out to kill him. It could be only one of them or all of them, leaving him no one to trust. Just because you're paranoid and the equivalent of a god doesn't mean they're not after you. We've also got Astronauts in Trouble, number 3, a poem of serious reflection, typically a lament for the dead. A guy got to the moon like he wanted and ended up not happy about it. Next, we have Beauty, number 1. The pilot season winner returns. Modern society is obsessed with outward beauty. What if there's a way to guarantee you could become more and more beautiful every day? What if it was a sexually transmitted disease? In the world of the beauty, physical perfection is attainable. The vast majority of the population has taken advantage of it, but detectives Foster and Vaughn will soon discover it comes at a terrible price. Writer-artist Jeremy Hahn and co-writer Jason A. Hurley offer up a startling reflection on the cost of looking good in this procedural science fiction tale. We've also got Descender, number 6. The oldest secret in the universe is revealed, and Descender will never be the same. Next, we have Dream Police, number 7. Together, Joe and Kate penetrate parts of the dreamscape that are considered dangerous and off-limits. There's a bridge between the worlds where they may be able to get some of the information they need. When the other Dream Police find out what they're doing, the Nightmares are sent to stop them. We've also got Drifter, number 7. New story arc. Stranded on the dark side of Oro, Abram begins to scavenge the wreckage of his ship, determined to find a way back home. But he's not the only one out here picking over the bones of the past. Next we have the Fade Out number 8, postponed from last week. Story arc conclusion. Brubaker and Phillips' best-selling series so far concludes its second act, as every answer Charlie and Gil find bring them into more and more danger. And remember, every issue of the Fade Out is packed with essays and art that are only in the monthly comics. The Fade Out will return with issue number 9 in September. We've also got The Fuse number 13, new story arc, 24 hours and a day of chaos for the MCPD. Perihelion, the day where the Fuse space station is closest to the sun, has arrived. All leave is cancelled, all shifts are combined, all hell breaks loose. Next we have Injection number 4, a Spriggan hunt among the dark satanic mills. We've also got Mice Templar 5, Night's End number 4 of 5, The Coming Dawn. Next we have ODY-C number 6, new story arc, What Happened to Eni the Conqueror and He of Troya after they departed for their home at the end of the Great War. We've also got Phonogram, The Immaterial Girl number 1 of 6, the team behind the New York Times bestselling and Eisner-nominated smash hit The Wicked and the Divine returned to the acclaimed urban fantasy where they first made their names. Nearly a decade ago, Emily Astor sold half her personality for the power to rule a coven of phonomancers. I'm sure nothing could go horribly, monstrously wrong now. In a world where music is magic, a song can save or ruin your life. In The Immaterial Girl, we discover what a video can do. Next we have Rain number 7. Rain and Seth deal with her father's death as they look for a way out. We've also got Savior number 5. John Doe finds a person who knows who and what he is. Part 5 of an 8-issue origin story. Next we have Shudder number 14. Kate Can't Outrun the Truth. We've also got Skull Kickers number 100. Infinite Icons of the Endless Epic finale. Issue 100. Hey, if other publishers can just slap any old number on a cover and call it an anniversary, then we want in on that action for our final issue. Yep, this is the big finish. All skulls must be kicked. Join us in sending off the series in style with a big 3-digit number and tweet with the hashtag SK100 to let us know what happened in the 66 issues in between. The best entries get a place in Skull Kickers history. Next we have Starved number 3. Daughter joins father on stage for a special blood-drenched taping of Starve. A market pig has 13 pints of blood in its body. Did you know that? We've also got Velvet number 11. Velvet's hunt has led her into a dark web of lies and murder, and as the secrets come to light, they all point to one place, Washington, D.C., to the very halls of world power. Can Velvet find the man who stole the world, or will she die trying? And we have The Walking Dead number 145. Blood for Blood. From Valiant Entertainment, we have Bloodshot Reborn number 5. Evildoers beware, Bloodsquirt is taking charge. The memories of the thousands of people he killed as Bloodshot aren't the only things that haunt Ray Garrison. For months now, the specter of the Geomancer and a nightmarish cartoon known as Bloodsquirt have tormented him at every turn. Are they real or just figment of Bloodshot's broken psyche? And just who are the other members of the Bloodsquirt squad? And what are they planning next? Follow New York Times bestselling writer Jeff Lemire and special guest artist Raul Allen down the rabbit hole right here for the essential chapter of the Colorado epic. Next we have Imperium number 7. Harada's team of broken angels confront Divinity. The telepathic mastermind, the alien assassin, the mercenary super soldier, the mad scientist, and the killer robot with the soul. Toya Harada has collected the monsters that will make his vision of world peace a reality. Now he pursues the most difficult and desirable asset of all, the spaceman with all the powers of a god, the outcast who can rewrite reality with a thought, the man who is no longer a man, the all-powerful being who's simply called Divinity. We've also got Unity number 21. The world tips closer to the brink of World War III as the unstoppable warmonger tears a swath through the ranks of Unity today and always. Can Exo Manowar, Livewire, Ninjak, and the Eternal Warrior fare any better than their predecessors? Warmonger took apart the rosters of decades past, and now Unity faces their most implacable enemy, and they don't even know they're already losing. And we have Exo Manowar number 39, all new arc, all new jumping on point, Exodus begins now. Eric of Dacia is Exo Manowar, hero to humanity, leader of the remaining Visigoths, and a husband about to start a new family. He's also the bearer of Shanhara, and tantamount to a god in the eyes of the alien race known as the Vine. Now in the aftermath of Dead Hand, the Vine need a new home and have chosen Earth, tearing Eric between two races that worship him, but each despise one another. New York Times bestselling writer Robert Venditti and red-hot artist Rafa Sandoval unite here to begin a bold and tragic new era in the life of Exo Manowar. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Tumblr, and Instagram to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.